Hello everyone and welcome back to Brick-a-fide, and I have something special for you all today, and that is my custom Lego store modular building, which was built using just 3 of these sets. Originally I said I was going to utilize 4 sets, but I found out while building I only needed 3 to do this 16 by 32 half base plate modular building, so let's take a closer look. As stated, you will need 3 of these sets to complete this modular building and 1 half base plate. So you can take that route of buying one on Bricklink and waiting for it to show up to your house, or you can take my route, which was take a $7.99 full base plate, so 32 by 32 studs, plate off one side, and then razor bladed it down the middle. I also wanted to point out that this intro was the rebrickable version of this set, which I have instructions on at rebrickable.com, which I will pin down in the description. And what's different between that and how I display it is these display things in the front windows, because I could not do too many copies of Lego's original design, so I had to remove them in the rebrickable model. But of course, if you buy this set, you'll get the instructions and you'll be able to replace those as you seem fit. Now with those elements back in place in the way I like to display them, we can start off by taking a closer look at the set, starting out with the top. On the roof, I was able to keep that same design language of the pillars going up the side of the building to the roof, to the front roof, and these micro minifigures here to add a bit of extra style. Across the front, you can also see that there are 2 little flags hanging off. And everything in this set, other than the base plate, guys, is from the set itself. Flipping the set over a bit, we can see that I was able to put in a nice little greenery section that is a nice little flower section. It looks pretty good. I tiled off some of this stuff to just give it a good look. Didn't really know what to do with that. Was kind of running out of useful pieces, but I was able to fit in a skylight that goes to the 2nd floor, which I thought was really nice and a really good touch. There's a lot of these masonry pieces left over in the set, and really I was trying to build this with everything within the set and not deviate from that, which I did do. But I think a better roof could definitely be done here with your own parts, but I wanted to do this completely with just the parts in the set. So we can remove the roof just like so. It is a bit interesting of a roof. So it is modular, as you can see here, but because of the plates that I had available to me, I was not able to plate off this section here. So it is a bit of an odd design, but you can see this portion of the roof does stay in place, and that's just a limitation to my design and the parts that I had available. But on the 2nd floor, we can see that design language of the columns going up again. The set's on display in the window, which looks good. I had the Lego sign as they did in their set. Not only are there large windows or trans clear 6x6 panels on the front of the store, but they are also around the side of the store. I utilized these panels on the side because I was running out of bricks to build up the wall, and I thought it really opened the top floor. And I see this top floor is more of a play area, where the bottom, which we will get to, is more of like the actual shop and commerce area where you would go to buy your sets, but we'll get to that in a second. So you come upstairs and this is more of a play area. So we have the minifigure factory where you could create your own minifigure, a nice little sign, some sets that if you still wanted to buy some. I guess you could say that the kids can play with these different sets. And over here, I utilized this safari scene so that the kid could stand behind and be a tiger or a giraffe and take his picture out the window. I'm thinking you could put a building up to this side of the set and then leave this open, maybe build like a little playground to the left, and that would be a really cool scene and a really cool play experience for everyone in the Lego city. Another cool detail inside is the tile work that I did. I tried to keep a continuous pattern when I could, but it was all up to the parts that I had available to me. But overall, it's kind of a mosaic looking thing that is a bit random, but does have some patterns in it. Overall, I really like it. The last little feature here is like this little fountain, which does have a plant on it that can be seen through the skylight, and that's what's helping it grow. But this is the brick pit, so kids can, like I said, this is more of a play area upstairs, so they can come up and play around with all the loose studs in the brick pit. Around back, I was able to put a door to from the 1st floor and some stairs going up to the 2nd floor. Now we're just going to have to imagine that these minifigures have to do a nice leap up to the 2nd story, because I was just running out of parts in this set to make it all work. Another little painting here, and one last look of the top story frontage. It looks pretty good. It again has those columns going upwards, but it is a bit plain. but that's when we get down to the bottom floor. And on the bottom floor, I really like how this looks, guys. For the longest time, this was just yellow on either side of this main entryway, and I was like, I gotta come up with something here. I ran into so many designs, some that looked a bit better than this, these two like light overhangs, but I was just running out of pieces, and this is what I could do with the pieces in the set. But it is a pretty ingenious build, which just came out of creativity by having parameters that I couldn't exceed by just using the parts in the set. But I added some studs here to add a bit of extra color. We got some lights. They look pretty good. I like this front detail. And because I didn't have all the dark gray tiles, but also this front design of the walkway walking in, the set does not have too many dark bluish gray tiles, so I had to bring out some light gray, which a lot of people who build cities actually use light gray as their sidewalks. And I'll show you at the end of the video, there is a lot of light gray tiles left that you could definitely tile off this whole thing in light gray without any additional parts. But I brought this design down, this entryway design down into the sidewalk, again because of lack of parts, and I wanted to add something a bit different. And I look at this little gate right here as like, these are kind of like roof drains that are draining into this grate, which is like the storm system that's going underground for the storm water. But with the top section off, we can see a lot of light that gets into the set, and it really makes it shine and pop. This set will be really good to do a light kit. Kind of hard to get inside of the set here. Again, we can see from here with the light coming in, it looks pretty good. Another rebrickable thing for those out there that will try to recreate this model is that for some reason, this piece would not stick to this bottom piece in the program. So I couldn't include it. Like it just wouldn't work with the program. So, you know, follow the original Lego design somewhat here and just put this piece up there to kind of close off this micro figure, which is like a little kiosk island to sell some additional sets like we see in the Lego store. Front, again, the tiling work is a bit more random here. I did more patterns up top. I didn't want to do patterns on the bottom and then run out of a certain color up top. Looking more from the top angle, we have a painting that's kind of hanging over the sets here. We have Ninjago, City, Friends, Creator, and Duplo on this side. And on the other side, this is kind of how my Lego store is positioned. We have the like 18+ series along the top. Some more Ninjago, City, and Duplo, but we also have a bit more 18+ on this side, some Friends, and some Creator. And then my favorite part is past the checkout counters, which I have 2 here, is the pick-a-brick wall. This is how a lot of Lego stores are set up, with the pick-a-brick wall at the back of the store. And I think it looks really good. And I even put these little white studs here as like to pull out the cups to fill up your pick-a-brick. So that's why those are white. I really like that bit of detail. Overall, I really like this set, guys. I think I did a pretty dang good job at my first time creating a mock. This is like my first like real custom set, and it came out really well in my opinion. And I'm happy about it. I keep the lines going throughout on every story of the set. Everything's consistent. Tried to be as consistent as I could. Had to work out a bunch of things, do some parts management, do some math. But yeah, I think it looks really good. I will get to the remaining parts in the set for those who are interested to see what else modifications they can do. But I will say that the one thing that's a little lacking on this set, and it's just because of the parts that are available in it, is the roof. I really want to do like a little angled outward roof and a bit more substantial, a bit thicker and taller. And you could definitely do that with your own parts, but with the parts in the set, I couldn't find a better roof than the one that I created here. So let's take a look at the remaining parts. Now, one last thing to note is that because those parts weren't available in the original set, the Technic brick and pin setups that are supposed to connect modulars are not in the original set. So this can just slide up against other modular buildings, but if you want them to connect, you will have to provide those 4 parts. So 4 Technic bricks, 2 on either side, and just 2 pins to connect it to a modular building. And I left these 2 bricks here are the space that they would connect. So you could just take out these 2 bricks for those Technic bricks and the pins, and you would be good to go. So not the easiest thing to look at, but these are the remaining pieces in the set. Again, you can see that there's a lot of these large light bluish gray tiles, 2x4s here, that you could utilize in your own mocks or make modifications to my design. A lot of these clear 6x6 panels, some of these large plates, white plates, which the bigger stickers go on. So there are some useful pieces here for mock creators. But that is my custom build. And if you wanted to build this, it would cost you 3 of these, which retail for $36.99 in the United States. So 3 of those, and one $8 32x32 base plate, which you cut in half. And I do recommend sanding the edges a bit. With a little nail filer was all I really needed. In total, that will cost you, I think it's $118.98, something like that, $118, so $120 to create this half base plate Lego modular building. Again, I do have the rebrickable instructions for this set on Rebrickable, and again, those are in the description below. I did set it as a premium mock for $5 because the set, from building it, doing the 3D model, working it out, doing the instructions, it did probably take me over 40 hours to complete this and provide those instructions for you all. So if you want to support me and build this yourself, pick up those 3 sets, a base plate, and then the instructions at my Rebrickable. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please consider smashing that like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications so you never miss another Brick-a-fide video. And with that being said, guys, keep building, and until next time, thanks for watching.